There's so many things that I've said before that didn't happen that are getting ready to happen. And I've even said that before too. It's painfully obvious. There's a shutdown on its way. In a few days, there's, Kleck has this problem with YouTube. You got to give him a couple days. He'll situate, get it all straightened out. So the false prophets, on a good day, you got like a day so. Anyway, left. The first month, the 24th day of the first month. It's by that great river, Hiddekel. Super Bowl is the second. There's a little horn that comes up last. This little horn is gonna, well, he hasn't really said much. But he's getting ready to say a whole lot, because these events that are taking place, the little horn knows that, well, he knows nobody's dying. He knows these are all fake events. He knows the sky and the weather and everything is manipulated and created, but he still has to follow through with the plan, because right before Darius takes over, you remember those 120 princes and presidents or something like along those lines, that they all know who Darius is getting ready to put in charge, and they're jealous. And they still are filled with pride. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna well, they've already made this proclamation with Darius from before, because this signing, this decree, this 30-day decree, it was already pre-planned. The ones that, all the people that are on the inside, because I'm the only one from the outside looking in that's up on YouTube doing this, just doing this, what I'm doing, to the people, to the mouthpieces for the elite, to the 450 false prophets, to King Ahab, to King Nebuchadnezzar, to all the kings. It's painfully obvious for them who Darius is getting right now. Whoever Darius is, whatever it is, the spirit, if it's a literal one person, if it's the system, that the shift, those people that are still filled with pride and jealousy, they see it very clearly, and they need Darius to sign the decree that was already, it's something you can't change, you can't alter it. Before April 2nd, 2017, when I hopped on YouTube for the first time, this was already planned out. There's a specific hour, day, time, year that these angels are waiting and weighing it out to instill fear into people's hearts so they turn back to God. That's their job. That's what Satan's job is. In the end, he has to do all of the work. I don't have to do any of the work. All I got to do is just talk. That's the easiest thing to do. They actually have to push buttons and surveil and watch and create things that, I mean, some of them are looking forward to it. They're excited about it. I am. but they have to do a lot of work, and they're a little bitter about the work. Most of them, they're tired. I mean, look at Kleck. He's running around rampant, exhausted. All I have to do is just talk. I talk, it goes out to the house of Israel, and the house of Israel, once you guys understand how this all works, then the little horn has to bring back the fullness of the Gentiles. There's only a few people that know who the actual little horn is. And they're the same people that have been trying to play this horn. Everybody's trying to, it's like every character on YouTube that I've come across, that they're playing multiple characters. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm not too certain, but I do know how there's, like, spirits are one and the same throughout history. So you kind of can, you know, you can relate to this person, that person, and this other person here can relate to them. The little horn is the prince of the kingdom of Persia. Coming up last, you know, like stomping the other ones playing the little horn's role. Yeah. These problems were all created, and then now Satan is going to get up and fix it, because he has all this work to do. In the end, he has no choice. This is what he signed up for. Whether he likes it or not, has to follow through with it. That's why there's a shutdown coming. They can't have any truth being talked about while this is happening. This second 9/11 is the cause of the beginning of the World War III. I can't see how it's prolonged and canceled. I can't see them doing that. But it is possible that they just change the script. Some people are extremely confident that nothing's going to happen, and that everything I've ever said, it'll just come to naught, because when the surveillance team is the 144, and then there's the camp of the saints. But the 144, the purpose of them, it's like, you know, everybody wants to have a title attached to them. I just want people to start telling the damn truth. That's it. Just start telling the truth. I'll take the title of Truthian. The surveillance team is the 144. The reason being is because once their hearts change over these past 8 years, because they had a king over them, a king called Abaddon, Apollyon, as Kleck is trying to take that role, and so is Stephen James. They're both taking that role, but there's a little horn coming up last. You'll see what I'm talking about when my channel shut down. You'll notice someone that hasn't really talked much will start talking a lot. That's what you'll notice. And when that person hops up, you'll know what I'm talking about. In the meantime, you don't know what I'm saying, but that's fine. Just let it play out. So they're the ones that are supposed to get this message out to the rest of the world, because they're behind the scenes, because they are CIA agents, they are FBI agents, they're NSA agents. You guys work for Google, you surveil social media. Your job is to find the truth, find it, and eliminate the lies. But How can you do that? How can you continue to instill fear if I'm up picking apart every single event that happens, showing you how much bullshit it is? And that everybody has been lying and they know about it. They've been knowing about it and they pretend that they don't, but that's okay because you can't. There's certain things that can't be said until it happens, and then it's okay to say it, even on my end. There's a couple things I'm not saying yet, but I'm not gonna say it at all. However, you'll know when the time comes what I was talking about. Just remember, a little horn's gonna come up and take over. That little horn has the ability to shut down channels like mine, which he will. He has to shut mine down because I just ramble on 33 minutes. It's just I'm a waste of space anyway. I'm not doing any good because all I do is talk. The power of words is more powerful than actions of the events that takes place, because when you can speak words of truth and you can dissect the script, and then you can start changing minds and changing hearts by speaking words. If that's all I do, then shut me down, man. Shut me down. I'm ready to go nowhere but just to be shut down, because it's another phase. It's like once I'm shut down, you know that here comes the next phase. It's like, thank God, finally. I've been clung to with flatteries for a long time. I've been lied to for an extremely long time. But I know that. As I talk to certain individuals, I know that I'm being lied to. But there's people's pride that gets in the way. Like, you just can't. No, you just can't. You just gotta drill them and pound them about it. I just let you talk. I hear it. Nothing penetrates where it's like it's an absolute fact. Like, this is definitely true because it was said. Nope. I just let people talk. I discern where the lie is coming from, and I start to understand why the lie is there, and I let it be. I know it's a lie. I don't have to drill the person, because when you do, I used to do this with my brother all the damn time. He would get so freaking frustrated. Because he was conniving all the time. His name's Michael. I guess it's in the name, but he would always try to connive me with something, and he would explain his story, like why it should be this way, or if it's some kind of a deal, trying to finagle me with extra money or something. I'd let him speak it all the way out, and he would feel like he had me, and he'd be like, well, so what do you think? What do you think? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, mate, you just had me explain this for 10 minutes, and the whole time you're not even gonna go with the deal? Yeah, what's wrong with that? I'm just letting you talk. What people mistake me for is because I don't say something that I don't know. I heard one time this one person, this one dirty, unclean frog told me that a prudent man will hold his tongue. Now, obviously, I don't hold my tongue because I talk, ramble on about nothing. However, when it's time to hold my tongue, I hold my tongue. I don't say certain things because I need people to I need them to ramble on. I need them to feel that demonic feeling of getting over on me, because it's exciting to look. It's exciting for liars to lie. It just is. It's exciting for them to like get over on people. If they can get over on people, it's a thrill. Keep in mind, there's a little horn coming up. It's a little horn coming up. And here's what the little horn's going to say. This is what, there's no way this little horn cannot say this. Which means he's not going to say it. Therefore, he'll say it. Because he won't say it, he'll say it in a different way. Robin? I mean, it wasn't doing any good, really. I mean, what's he doing? I have to come up. I have to take care of this now. I I have to be the one to instill the fear of Satan into everybody. Robin, I love him, but he wasn't doing anything. Even though what I did was brought attention to the 144,000. That's my job right here. I did it. It's over. Once I get shut down, I'm telling you how I'm going to get shut down. I'm telling you who's going to be shutting me down. It's a little horn. There's a saying that the older shall serve the younger. So the little horn's going to be younger. You know how Stephen James says that, and then as you see, Kleck is 57 years old, and Stephen James is 52 years old. And but see, I'm 43 years old. Class of 1976, 76. Sorrow, Adam, Woe Man, 17 JFK, 76, Philadelphia, Independence, 43, Jersey City shooting, all 43 school districts are shut down, the 43rd, it's all about 1976 for some reason. Now I understand what the reason is. Everybody who was born in 76, you're a target to be shut down, just so you know. Whoever was born in 76, because it's the 243rd year, 43rd full year, going into July 4th of this year, because February 2nd, I didn't do the math yet, but I believe it's 5 full months, or 150 days. I'm not sure yet, because of the 28 days in February. The Super Bowl, the 2/2/2020, and then 5 months from that point, bringing you up to the 4th of July. I think it's the 3rd, and then evening, morning into the 4th is 150 full days that Scorpion's going to be stinging men for 5 months. I don't know exactly how it's going to go, but the idea is to get you to flee from your house when you see the events happening in the sky, to get you scared shitless. Who can stand there? Who's gonna stand there and watch the scariest damn movie ever in the history of existence in our skies? Can you stand there and watch it? It's gonna take faith, because it's gonna look real as hell. I mean, people are gonna be flipping out, flying, running around. If nothing else happens with my second 9/11, because they canceled it because it was way too damn accurate, because how can they possibly go through with this? I understand why they would cancel it, and I understand how easy it is to cancel it, but the ones that are on the inside, they know whether it's canceled or not. That's why they would say to me, hey Robin, are you okay with everybody thinking and knowing that you're just that guy that came up with all these predictions that nothing ever happened? Are you okay with that? I'm okay with that, because I know damn well that my job is just about done, and it's your turn, little horn, to get up and show your face and start talking. Shut me down, do your thing. It's what you're supposed to do. Don't try to take credit for it, because God has placed me here to do my part first, then I step off, then it's your turn. Just because you got to do all the work in the end, don't be mad at me. So the little horn has to get up and do his job for God, because my job is just about done. The ones on the inside that have the world script in their hand, well, you already know that I predicted it. And if it's canceled, you know that it's canceled. My subs won't know. Those camps of the saints, they won't know that the events were canceled like that, because you just can't possibly have me to be able to predict something so deadly accurate. You can't do it. But if you do it, then that means you're not chicken shit. You do have a set of balls, and you're just going to allow free will to take everybody over. Everybody has a right to do what they want to do, because it's going to be the unwritten season. Allow it to happen. And if you want to see the power of God, how it works through words, just follow through with it. I'm telling you how it's going to be. Who's going to know? Just my subs. That's it. What are my subs going to do besides spread it throughout the entire world? Well, that's what you're afraid of. So if the second 9/11 doesn't happen, where it's Philadelphia, where it's 17th of JFK, where it's 8:58 a.m., where it's 9:03, 9:33, and or it's at 12 noon, time's up, 12:30 the fires start, 1 o'clock is the end. For in 1 hour, that great city's destroyed. Philadelphia at 12 noon to 1. Met building, that some kind of shooting happens first at the Met building, the bombing, whatever, and then the guy runs 1.9 miles around to JFK building and the bodega and then to the cemetery that is in the middle, that Tony Yates had to walk all the way around. It's 1.9 evidence of miles of evidence. If it doesn't happen that way, just like the Lincoln Financial Field, just like the 4.1 miles, the going up Broad Street Access Road, I mean, I don't know. It's none of that happens. Then it was canceled, or it's just a roadmap to show you the direction, like where they're going. The Eagles are playing at this time, Seattle. Okay, here, all right, we got that Petco 2 part here, but the tower, the penis tower, the heart on the caddy corner where Love Park is, right there, and on the left-hand side, there's the 1 Broad Street 1, the Masonic Hall, the Philadelphia Masonic Hall, with the building up at the top that they showed on the Jersey City shooting to the left there, the landmark, and then the Comcast building over at 17th JFK, and a firefighter standing there with the 8 on his head, and the Penn Center building 8 is right there where it's all painfully obvious that that's what it is. So if it doesn't happen, they canceled it. The little horn canceled it because they can't have me looking like a prophet. They got to have me looking like a false prophet. But they know damn well that because of me studying the world script, I came up with where they're going to be at next, and they have to cancel it because they can't allow it to happen. Whatever. What am I going to do? I can't force people to believe it. I can't force them to push the button. All I can do is encourage them to push the button. I encourage you to allow the full will of God to follow straight through. Let people make up their own decisions whether anything can be done anyway. Because let's face it, my subs, we're all regular people. The regular people in the world, spread it throughout the world, the ends of the earth. What can we possibly do besides show somebody else that there's a timestamp, this event that I said was going to happen, and then there you go. What are you going to do about it? Because it's already happening. The world's coming to an end. We're all going to die. Right? If it doesn't happen, that's proof that nobody is dying, because they don't want you to know that, because therefore you're going to know that nobody's dying. Either way they go about it, it's going to fail, because I got all angles covered. If they don't show it, it's because they don't want God to manifest. They don't want the 144,000 to manifest because they're scared to death of words. Because it's what's it going to do? You guys are just going to do what? Go to another person and speak words to them and say that you knew someone that figured out the world script? What's that going to do to that person? When the world's collapsing and everybody's dying and the end of the world is here, like Kleck's saying, well then follow through with it. Don't cancel it. Don't prolong it. Allow it to happen exactly the way it's supposed to happen here in Philly. That way, there's no excuse. You can't ever have another excuse in your entire life about God. God will manifest in people's hearts the love of God, the truth of God, when the elite and the little horn pushes the play button and does their job all the way through. Exactly the way they've been showing me that they're going to do it. So do it. let's see the power of God manifest. Or let's see the power of Lucifer manifest because he thinks he can do it better than God. Well, good luck, Lou.